So yesterday, uh, there was a big event. Gregor Erwit revealed his newest creation, an adamantine soldier, uh, which had an exhibition turned execution with Erit Longbrow. And he then declared war on all of the surrounding kingdoms, killing delegates and heads of state from each one. The party evacuated the city. Well, evacuated themselves from the city. As the adamantine soldiers started to confiscate any magical equipment that was currently being held by anyone there. That about sums it up, right?
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
You forgot Cletus.
Yeah,
that's true.
there was also Cletus.
There was a
Yeah.
fateful encounter with Garfield and Cletus, two octopuses that were met by Mitt when he jumped into the ocean to escape one of the adamantine soldiers.
Important note, he was pantsless at the time.
Still is pantsless.
No, we're not sure which side is the tail.
That makes me very uncomfortable.
Full Pooh Bear. So, you're all at the cliffside of Roxy Watch, southwest of Vernport, next to a lighthouse with the pirate captain Alisaria and her first mate, a very large blue dragonborn named
Yes.
Clodul.
Mm-hmm.
Toby has gone off to make sure that everything is in order for the ship to set sail, which is currently sitting at the bottom of the cliff underneath the lighthouse. Sheena is with you. She is still not in a great headspace after, watching her father get murdered in front of her. And you have about 45 minutes until the ship is ready to sail. And what does everybody want to do?
It's gonna start going through some of the things that he found in the tavern. Basically, see if there's anything that's interesting or has any relevant information. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll a. Would you want an insight investigation?
Roll investigation.
Gotcha. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way with a 14.
All right. You you go through all the stuff that you managed to shove into your handy haversack. There's a bunch of equipment. You have different sorts of spears and javelins, a couple halberds, short swords, long swords, a whole bunch of arrows, some longbows, crossbow bolts, miscellaneous armors. And there are some books there which are it's a bunch of different sort of journals and reports of other members of the resistance, like that underground group that was run by Erit.
I see. Can I roll again to go through said books and see if I see any names that stick out, or maybe there's a name that we've heard before that is in the book?
You can do that, but it will take time to read through those books.
Of course, yeah.
So if
It's
you want to,
for the boat ride.
if you want to do
Can
that now,
Deshrod
or
help?
if you want to do it on the boat, yeah, you can both go through.
We should. I think we wait for the boat ride, Dust Rod, when we're we're not in harm's way immediately due to potential roadblocks coming to get us.
That's well enough. Well,
Is there any
work
armor that's
together.
relevant to me in the haversack that I could use?
Let's see. What do you have on right now?
I have no armor on.
Well, you have no
Yep.
pants on.
I don't
I
think I had
His
armor to
armor.
begin with. I think the only
You
I
have
equipment that
you have leather armor.
I have leather
I
armor.
have
Yeah, see.
I
Go ahead.
have I think I have extra studded leather in my inventory maybe.
Well,
Um,
if you'd like to trade, I would swap you out.
Let me double check because I grabbed a lot
Yeah.
of
There might be
uh,
studded leather in here because it's from the same place, but
yeah, you can go
Yeah.
ahead and add a studded leather to your inventory,
Mhm.
and
neat.
equip that.
Smoldering armor, studded leather. It's just straight studded leather light armor, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll
You
plus one
can
to my
also
AC.
there's also like medium armors that are in there,
Uh-huh.
which you could equip, but some of them will give you disadvantage on your stealth rolls. So that's something that
Gotcha.
you might want to consider.
I mean, my AC is sitting pretty good at 17 with the studded leather, so
All right.
it's not too bad. I do now have pants on though, so everybody don't fret.
Thank God.
It's just a pair of like leather assless chaps.
I'm rocking it like
Skin tight leather pants.
I'm a cowboy. Cool. Until then, Mitt's kind of just gonna hang out, pretty anxious about leaving and not being on this island anymore. How long do we have? I might want to go up and investigate the lighthouse if we have time.
I think we had 45.
How far are we of a walk from the lighthouse, Mike?
You're right outside it. It's like a minute away from where you are.
Can I go check it out?
Oh, we're having an
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Sure. Let's do that.
What would everybody else like to do?
That's why I want to ask Cass a few questions leading up to the event, since he was the one on duty at that point.
All right.
And also discuss something.
Yeah, go for it.
Cass, I need to talk with you for a minute. Did you notice anything before anything happened? You were there on duty, right?
Yeah. Before anyone stepped out, there was a globe of invulnerability that went up. So that was. I mean, I assumed it was just kind of a means of protecting Urgwit himself.
All right.
I didn't know anything.
I believe you on that. I really do. But the next time you cast command on me now, there's gonna be problems.
So be it. I was.
You do not need to command me anymore. You can trust me.
You were running up to where everything happened.
Yeah, my uncle's body laid there. I needed to see it before I left.
As far as
I
I
even
was
left
concerned, it
his
wasn't
axe
worth the
back
risk.
there. Which is, I can't lay his body to rest till I get his axe, and I left that there too, so we could get out of here. You don't need to command me unless, I'm possessed, but anymore. You understand, Cass?
I did what I did to help you.
I understand. and I appreciate that. But you don't need to anymore. I don't appreciate it anymore.
If I need to again, I will.
Only if you need to. And Dust Rod definitely puts a very heavy emphasis on need. But was there anyone you met there that maybe you saw that Dust Rod sighs? I'm sorry. I'm just fishing for details. Dust Rod shakes his head. I'm in a ways right now, Cass.
I know.
Alright. Also, I'm gonna head off and wait until we leave. Thank you, Cass. Desrat tromps off and just leaves Cash alone.
So, Kiavara, I'm gonna kind of just at this point sit on the floor. I'm gonna pull out my book and kind of just like stare at it, grumbling to myself in Celestial, like, why the fuck did this happen?
Oh my god.
It's just,
Just in the corner.
yeah, I'm just like kind of like brooding, almost thinking about trying to open it myself, even though I know that like I'll get like blasted probably into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That's
God.
it.
I think for Arsen, after he's done sharing the smoke with Sheena, he's gonna go to the most center part of the boat, away from all the ledges.
You can't get to the boat. The boat's legitimately like
No!
150 feet down a cliff.
Then he is not on the dock per se, but like just very much away from where the water is, and just standing awkwardly off to the side, not too far away from Kevara, and he's just kind of like looking at the water. That's all he's doing. He has a lot on his mind.
On my end, I'm just gonna be keeping an eye towards the city, see if anything gets like anything I can spot gets out. Like, you know, maybe some scary golems doing their rounds around the city or something like that.
Roll a perception check.
I can do that. Perception. And that's gonna be a 14.
As you're standing there, like looking towards the city, seeing if you can spot anything, like see anything that's like going on in the city, or like anyone or anything coming towards you. You see in the distance, quite a ways, something that's something's moving towards your direction. With the 14, you can't gauge exactly how fast it's moving. But something looks like it's moving in the direction that you are.
I'm going to alert the rest of the party. Hey everyone, there's something coming this way.
Can I roll insight on it to see if I can see it? Because I'm. You said the lighthouse is close enough to where we are that I'd probably hear if somebody yelled out, "There's something coming."
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. 16.
Desrat gets his
I'm gonna
summons his weapon on his back.
Mitt's got good eyes.
I'm gonna take a look. Yeah, that's a 15.
15.
No,
Whatever it is, looks like it'll be here in like maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. It's moving fast.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Should
Uh,
the
I got a
captain know
nat
about this.
20.
With that nat 20, whatever it is it's like you can tell that it's traveling quickly and I mean with a nat 20 insight, like
No, that was perception.
any
Nope, that was
no, that
insight.
was
Oh,
insight.
okay, cool.
With a nat 20 insight, like you don't know who or what it is, but like anything that's moving as quickly as that definitely like has to have a purpose, right? You
Yeah.
don't think that it's threatening, but it seems like whatever it is panicked almost.
Maybe we should
Okay.
let the captain know about this.
Arsen is doing that. Like he saw the commotion and he's just immediately walking over. He's just like,
Um,
oh,
I'm
Captain.
gonna I'm
My
just
dear
gonna
Captain.
What? Yeah.
There is something approaching us at a great velocity.
Something approaching us at a great velocity. Okay.
It doesn't seem dangerous. It just seems scared almost.
I mean, everything here's a little scared, I guess.
Maybe it's Cletus.
Who the fuck is
Cletus.
Cletus?
Maybe the
I'll tell you
explo-
guys about it later.
Maybe the
Alisaria
explosion scared the local vampires.
Alisaria turns to Claudul and is like, can you get Wesley and have him go see whatever that is and figure out if it's a problem that we need to deal with? And you see Claudul nods and like goes and just kind of walks off the cliff and drops down.
What a power move, honestly.
A few seconds later, you see a gust of wind fly off in that direction. Kevari, you get a message in your head from your patron. Kevara, I was wondering if I could ask for a small favor.
Am I able to respond in my head?
Yeah, you can.
What is it?
I'm looking for someone who's believed to be on the islands, the Vernagald Islands, which I know you're there. I was wondering if you find this person, if you could let me know. It's important.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. And you get an image in your head.
Your patron's really holding out on you, didn't give you a name.
It's supposed to be a secret.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it's out of character.
Gotcha.
So yeah, just let me know if you happen to find them. It's very important to me.
Will do.
And I know that this is outside of the terms of our agreement, but if you do find them, I will offer you. We can negotiate later.
All right. Understood.
Oh.
Now I'm just kind of like standing there, just kind of rocking on my toes at this point because I had stood up to look at what was running at us.
A few seconds
Okay, is
later.
it?
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if it's any closer that we can see more of its features yet.
A few seconds later, there's another gust of wind, and standing sort of in the middle of all of you, you see an air genasi, as well as Private Jackson.
Yes.
Private Jackson?
Who?
Oh, jeez. What the fuck was that, guys? Oh my god.
Hey, you're alive!
Oh, I need a second. I gotta.
I
Oh
need a
my God.
reminder of who that character is.
He was the guy at
You
the
guys don't
guardhouse.
know him. You guys.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
we
I
don't
know
know him.
him. I
Alright.
know him.
Oh boy.
Private check.
Oh God. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Just
No.
do it.
You're outside. It's fine. You can do it.
I mean, Mitt has a cool bag. You can throw up.
No, it's okay. I'm
No.
fine. Is Kashel here? I can't
yeah,
see.
yeah,
Everything's spinning. Where?
yeah. I'm here.
Oh God. Okay. Whew. Ah. The God Captain
Yeah?
sent me to come and find you. He has something. He figured out something important last night. I can't make any sense of what he's talking about. The guy sounds like he's fucking crazy. He said that he saw something in the salt about what was going to happen. Something bad was going to go down, and then once everything started happening, he kind of ran off, and he came back. And he told me that I had to go and get you. He said that he went to go talk to the night commander, but he was busy trying to figure out what was going on. And then Captain Omancy told me to go and find you because he said that you would be able to help figure it he said that the
Arsen
salt
gets
said that you would be able to help fix what happened. I don't know what the fuck any of that means.
Arsen, give some water.
Um,
Oh.
Well, it'd be kind of difficult for me to get back there at this point. Is there any way that I could get there and
Well, I
back
mean,
in a pretty short time?
Well, like I was on a horse, but then this fucking hurricane came up and picked me up and brought me over here. So like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, like, hello, Mr.
Is Omancy at the guardhouse?
No. The last time that I saw him, he was on the west side of town near the West Gate, trying to like help people out of whatever trouble that it seemed like they were in. All those fucking weird like armor things, they all just kind of like they all went back into into Ergwit's Manor and fucked off. I don't know what's going on. They just like went through and like took a whole bunch of shit and then they just left and now they're these like different little guys walking around fixing everything and it's the craziest shit I ever seen. I gotta tell you, if this is what it's like on the other side of the desk, I'd like to be back on my side of the desk. This shit's nuts. How do you do this?
When you say little guys walking out, do you mean like smaller golems? Like
Yeah, they look
creeper
like
golems?
little puppet people walking around fixing stuff.
Okay.
It's wild.
Yeah, I can guess. Puppet people. Wild.
Yeah, I ain't never seen anything like it. They got like metal skin and shit.
Well,
and I gotta say, I thought that was the weirdest fucking thing I ever seen. And then this guy shows up, and he's all like, you see, he like points at this air genasi, and the air he just bows, and he's like, "Hello, my name is Wesley."
Oh.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Wesley. I'm gonna. Can you get me over to the west gate of Vernport?
Yes, I suppose. Captain, would you like me to escort these people back to the city? You see, Alisaria looks and she's like, first we have to leave, now you want to go back. Fine.
I'm going on the boat with the lady. I don't know about you guys.
No.
I feel like I would like to leave as soon as possible. But I do know Cash kind of has obligations, I suppose.
We still have time.
If we have allies we can make here before we leave, it might be
I mean-
beneficial later down the line.
Mitt, you want to hold on to my fancy sword?
I suppose.
Let me go with you. I can hide my weapon and help out.
Th-
If
th-
that be
this might be a one-way trip, and I don't think it's worth it for you. Like I don't think that's worth it.
Arsen kind of just like stands up. She's like, I'll go. I mean, I'm pretty quick and tiny. I don't think it would be too hard to carry me with. Dusts off his little. He also doesn't want Cash to go alone.
You see
Do 'em.
Sheena stands up. She's like, I'm gonna go back to the city. I have
Are
things
you
that I have
sure?
to do there. I have people that I have to make sure that are okay. If he knew what Eric was up to, then that stands to reason that he knows about other people who were also participating, and I need to make sure that they are okay. And if they're
Yeah,
not, I need
definitely.
to get them out of the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mitt opens his notebook and is making a list of people he's going to have to write eulogies for.
Arsen, do you still have that scroll of whatever magic that is?
Not me. Lena was holding on to.
Lena
I still
has
have it. It's in my bag. Yes.
We shouldn't be gone too long, Cash. I mean, if we go, just getting some information from your boss, right? And then we can come back.
Not my boss, no.
Uh.
The guard captain.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's a completely different department.
I'll stay here. But
Yeah.
Cash, if you go, I'd like to ask if you can get some information on where my uncle was staying. Hopefully retrieve his axe for me.
Do what I can.
Yeah, and if the pretzel guy's there, can you bring me one back too?
Of course, I got you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I give information on what my axe looks like to what Fenrir's axe looks like to Kashel.
And Arsen climbs onto Cash's back for good old time's sake.
Alright.
Okay, is anybody else coming along with us?
Oh, speaking of the axe, real quick before you guys go, that might not be a great mission because if he was staying with the other lords and diplomats, I'm assuming those houses got looted pretty immediately after the circle of
Well-
killing everybody.
If
We'll
it got
put in a-
looted, you're just
We'll
giving
put
me
in an inquiry. We'll just check. Just ask about possibly, and it doesn't hurt to ask. But if it
Yeah, I'm just saying I
trouble,
wouldn't.
then it's
You're telling
I
me I
wouldn't-
should go and use locate object on it.
I think you shouldn't do that because if you use magic or you go into the city and you don't have a really awesome air genasi pushing you through the crowd, you could get captured by one of the golems, and I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think your uncle would want you to be self-sacrificing.
Private Jackson just
Why,
said
why would
that
I be
they all-
captured by using magic?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me or not, but I mean, it's okay. Like
They're
I
not.
was a little out of breath, but they all walk, like they're not walking through the city anymore.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to go because it felt like a perfect time to go
I
go
mean,
get my
guards-
axe.
Especially not after
guards-
fucking half the city blew up. It was
Guards
fucking
change
nuts.
shifts. They could come right back out as soon as you guys get there. I mean, I would just make it a pretty quick mission so we could leave.
That's all I want to do.
I don't think we should be standing around anymore. If you're gonna go, go. If you're gonna stay, stay. But I will be here.
I toss one of my iron coins, a gold coin up. How do I do that? Just a flip of a coin?
You can roll a d2, I think.
It won't let me roll a d2. There's no d2 option.
I mean, roll a d6. Odds is heads, tails
Okay.
is even.
Yeah.
Heads, I go. I mean, even. Sorry. Oh.
Evens.
I'm curious about the smaller constructs, but I don't have anything else to do in the city, so I'm gonna stay here.
I'll look at one see if I can cast a minor illusion or give you some information on it, Lena.
Hopefully,
Alright.
you guys are back within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it'd
We'll
be
be
nice to leave the
quickly as
island.
possible. As quickly as possible.
Okay, so we are ready to go now.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you, Wesley.
Of course. You see Wesley walks over, has a brief conversation with Alisaria, comes back, looks at a picture for a little bit, kind of like looks like he's studying it. Goes over to a small tree, grabs it. He's like, "Everybody, please come over and hold hands."
Alright.
And
Our sense.
we go. And a portal opens up, and you all travel through the roots of the tree down into the city and pop out of a tree within the noble district, like the west side district where all the nobles were.
Ooh.
Wesley looks
Oh,
at everybody. Huh?
How
Go-
bad of a trip is that for us?
How bad of a trip?
Yeah, does that
It-
make us disoriented?
It
It wouldn't
probably
make
felt
us wrong.
it probably felt a little weird.
Got a
Okay.
little sap in your ear.
I don't think. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not much of a fighter,
Mhm.
so. And you see, like, he's like, I'm going to make sure that I stay out of sight, but nearby, for in case anyone needs, we need to make a quick exit from the city.
Okay.
Okay.
We shouldn't be very long.
Of course. And you see he wild shapes into a mouse and kind of runs up Arsen's back and just kind of like sits on his
Aw.
shoulder.
Arsen just kind of like touches his chest, and I'm guessing Wesley is a druid, right? Druids are so cool. Nice. All right, Arsen's gonna hop off Cash's back, and he's gonna look around and resist the temptation to loot.
Are we inside the town?
You
Yes.
are. You're in the inner wall of the
The noble
noble district.
I
Sounds-
immediately start to ritual cast locate object with my loot,
Okay.
not my weapon.
All right. You start to do that. The rest of you are still over at the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
You have about 30 minutes until the ship is going to be ready. So if there's anything that you want to like do beforehand or anybody that you want to talk to, now is a good time to do that. You could also just start taking a short rest if you want.
So I found the way Lena responded to some of the stuff weird, so I'm kind of gonna walk up to her, look her up and down, and what would I roll?
I'm still wearing my huge cloak.
Yeah. Would it be insight, perception? Because like it just seemed off to me how it responded, so I'm like,
Insight would make the most sense.
kind of like, are you
What did
drunk?
I say? That
'Cause, like,
sounded so
Did you
weird.
get drugged?
Like insight is like reading a person, right?
Yeah.
Well, because it was just like the haha, that's strange. Like, all right,
Right.
insight. All
Mhm.
right, how drunk are you? 14. I got a 14.
With the 14 on insight, Lena, what do you think Kayavara would gauge from off of that?
With a 14, I think she would yeah, my
Oh.
reaction was sarcastic intentionally.
Mhm.
So like she picked up on that, and I think the farthest it could go is that she might think that I've already seen puppet people before. So like I'm not actually surprised by someone talking about puppet people. But I don't think it would go further than that.
Like a hint of like deeper knowledge into like the idea of puppet people.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Okay.
didn't say like I didn't say to you, Lena, exactly though that I thought it was weird. I just kind of walked up and stared her up and down, like just.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm-
she did
Like, what
the
could you
people of the
mean by
puppets.
saying that?
yeah, exactly.
You know more about puppet people.
Exactly.
Weird.
Yeah, I feel like that's with the 14, that's an interaction that makes sense.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mitt, you have some time to look through the lighthouse if you would like.
Yeah, I'm keen to kind of check it out and see if I can find anything cool.
Okay. You walk in and like just cursory, like looking through, like going through the
Yeah.
lighthouse. It looks like it's been more or less abandoned. Like
Sure.
there are signs that somebody at one point did live here to operate a lighthouse, but it
Right.
doesn't look like that now. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Poorly. 7.
7.
God, I can't roll.
um,
You
it like
do
the
in
place
fact
is
know it's a lighthouse.
place is kind of in shambles.
Yeah.
Seems
Can I
it seems
move
like it
to
makes
the
like just judging by like the state of the lighthouse and its distance from Vernport, it makes sense that this is where the pirate ship would have been like
yeah.
placed.
Can I kind of go through and like feel the walls, seeing if I feel any like potentially like access any secret passages, bricks out of place, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then if there's nothing there, then I'd kind of like to work my way upstairs and see if I find anything up there.
You do find that at the top of the lighthouse there is a like the bit that actually is the lighthouse bit.
Right.
Instead of any sort of like lantern or like fuel based source of light, there is a fire sprite trapped in a like sort of geometric prison.
I put him in my handy haversack.
You would have to somehow disable the thing.
Okay. What do I see around it? Like, can you describe the prison?
It
And
seems
is a
like
is a
just looking at
sprite
it,
considered an animal? It's a fae, right? Would I be able to speak with it?
it's an elemental.
Oh, is it not a fae?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I try to
Uh,
speak with it?
A small fire elemental.
Gotcha.
I mean, you don't have anything that would let you.
Maybe he speaks English.
You can tell like pretty easily that whatever sort of contraption it is that it's stuck in is magical in nature.
I see. Is this something that is the prison too heavy for me to actually like move it?
It's not that it's not so much that it's heavy as it is that it's sort of like part of the a whole
It's
contraption.
the whole structure.
Yeah.
Can I walk out? Because like most lighthouses have like this like the outer deck, and that's how I picture it. Can I walk out and say, "Hey, come up here"? Like, can I yell out to like Lena or whoever's still down there? Okay. Mitt scurries out onto the thing and says, "Hey, Lena, I found something. Come up here."
Oh, okay, I'm on my way. I'm gonna get inside the lighthouse and go up.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna-
follow just because, like, I don't want to be out here.
I'm poking like the little prison thing. Does it like react in any way? Like when you poke a lava lamp and the thing moves?
Oh, yeah, every time that
Well,
you go
okay.
to touch it, there's this sort of like like force that pushes back, and then the like these like concentric geometric shapes are like shift and wobble a little bit, and like as you
Yeah.
like those like little electric ball like lamp things that you get for kids, and you touch it and all the like little lightning bits going
Yeah.
to where your finger is. It's kind of like that, where like every time that you touch it, like you feel this like force push like push your hand away and also like shift the like little prison like shape
Yeah.
bits, and then like this like light sort of like collects at your finger as it pushes back.
I'm going to take out an arrow and poke it with the arrow.
Okay.
Does it just do the same thing?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna use my arrow of slaying and shoot the prison. No, just kidding.
Lena and Kayavara, you run up the lighthouse and see Mitt just like poking this thing.
Look what I
Um,
found.
oh, that's real neat.
Yeah, we should
Oh,
try
so
to
this-
get it out. It looks very friendly.
So that's how the
Um,
lighthouse works.
Where, like, what would I do to see how we could get it out? Perception, investigation.
You could do an Arcana check to see if you can find a magical solution, or an investigation check to see if you can find any sort of like practical or like mechanical way to get it out.
Well,
I
it's a
roll as
thing.
well.
Are we sure this is a good
Yeah.
idea? Like, is this
22.
lighthouse still
Pretty good roll.
Natural
used?
20 on Arcana.
Oh my god. The cat is more magical than the warlock.
I'm still unconvinced that we should remove it from there. Maybe we should-
Maybe it's useful.
Well, I mean, okay, so it's a fire elemental, a small one,
Yeah.
stuck inside some sort of contraption at the top of
Yeah.
a lighthouse.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
the logical conclusion to reach here is that this thing is powering up the light of the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So if we
don't
remove
need
it,
a lighthouse.
if we remove it, then the boats traveling at night are not going to have the light from the lighthouse anymore.
Maybe it's better that boats traveling at night don't make it here. This place isn't so great.
All
And
right.
Maybe
Trevor,
we're
I
doing
was-
them a favor.
I was with those pirates for like 4 weeks. They can travel at night just fine.
Oh, I'm not talking about the pirates.
Yeah, I'm saying for other people, maybe we're doing them a service by freeing this elemental. Maybe they land at the next island over where there's not a bunch of giant rock golems running around killing people.
And what
They're
if
made
like
of metal, but
what if some spies catch up on us and see
I don't
like
know that. I
direct
don't know
ways
what
to
they are
off
made out of.
them?
I saw them when we walked in, and then I stealthed through with my weapons. I was not having any part of those things.
yeah, sure.
Okay, so Mike, what do we know with our phenomenal Arcana rolls?
Yeah, honestly, like
nat
The
20
nat
to 22.
2
20.
incredible Arcana checks. First off, like the first thing that you note, like figure out, is that it's super weird for a fire sprite to be here.
Yeah.
Like Kavar, you would have interacted with like different elementals.
Yeah. Do we know if this
But
thing with our
not
Arcana
here.
check?
I rolled a 19 on my Arcana. I'm guessing it's not gonna be.
Do we know with our
matter.
Arcana checks or Kiavara's history that if we let this thing out, if it's just gonna fucking attack us?
No, it's not. It doesn't seem hostile.
It's not hostile. Okay.
Nah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So let's get this thing out of here. We can take it with us.
And
The
yeah,
water ones you want to watch out for.
all three of you are able to figure out like a sufficiently powerful like magical
Yeah.
interference will shut down the contraption.
Okay, I'm gonna walk out to the dock and yell to the captain, like, "Hey, this lighthouse is powered by a fire elemental. Should we free it? What do you think about that?"
Alisari's like, a fire elemental?
Yeah, he's up here in this little magic box. I found
Yeah,
him. His name's Greg.
I don't
I was
know. That's not his name.
I named him. I found him first. I get to name him. That's just how it is. I don't know.
What if he already has a name?
Well, then he can correct us on that if he speaks English or
I was
common.
gonna name
Sorry.
him Stickers, but Greg sounds good.
Yeah, we get the first name Greg, last name Stickers. I mean, I feel like
Greg
that's a fair
Stickers.
compromise here.
You hear Alisari, she's like, let it out.
Okay. Do we
Um,
have any way to cause magical
could,
interference?
could I like?
Yeah, I mean,
this
any
sounds-
like hit it with a spell.
Hang on, do it. Where's my cantrip?
I hit it with alarm. It's the only spell I had.
I could thunderwave it.
Could I
Okay.
just smack it with Mage Hand? Like,
Yeah. I feel like
Uh,
that's probably safer than a thunder wave since we're all standing pretty close together up here.
I don't think mage hand poking it's gonna be
I
enough
Well,
to
not
okay.
even like a
stop it.
I
strong
could
spot.
use Aghanazar Scorcher. That's gonna be safe for you as long as you're on my sides and not in front
Okay,
of
yeah,
me.
I'm gonna move behind you. You do that. We free our little friend.
I was gonna say, could I Eldritch blast the wall behind it?
Erupting Earth. I'm just kidding. All right, you go ahead, Lena. I'm going to stand back here behind you.
Yeah, stand behind me. If something happens, I'll just toss.
Yeah, I'll just jump off the lighthouse. It's
I'll
fine.
just toss some heals. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear cats always fall on their paws anyways.
Yeah, I landed on my neck once. It's a whole nother story.
I mean,
But go
unless
ahead.
you're on your 9th life, don't be on your 9th life. Please.
Nah,
So
I've never even been close to danger.
so I position myself and I just start doing the verbal somatic and somatic components of the spell. It's like there's some fiery energy just like charging around me, and then I just do a massive uh like beam of fire in a line in front of me. It hit it like targeting the contraption.
You see your spell hits this like magic prison like it hits a wall, and the like concentric like shapes start like violently rotating off of their axis and break and fall down, and the fire sprite is just kind of like floats up a little bit and starts spinning like almost like it's dancing around.
Hey, Greg.
Do you have anything to put it in?
Could I just hold out my hand for the sprite?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
All right, cool. I'll just like pick it up and hello, Greg.
I have a little
Uh,
tinder box we could put him in.
You pick it up and like it's like warm around it, but it kind of floats just above your hand,
Nice.
and like you can see it, like you can tell that it's reacting to what you're saying, but it doesn't like it's not speaking any language that you could possibly like that you could understand. It doesn't necessarily seem like it's speaking at all.
Just kind of doing its
Well,
dance
let's
like a
go
bee.
show this to the captain. This is pretty cool. We got
Yeah,
a new friend.
everybody's missing this treasure.
Yeah,
All
hopefully
right.
that's actually useful because we just did
Yeah.
remove light from a lighthouse.
I mean, I'm sure it's okay. If the captain was on board with it, surely it can't be a
Yeah,
bad idea.
so
She seems pretty powerful. I don't know. She's
I
got
guess
that big
Hey,
lizard guy.
she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna walk this thing
I think
out
it's
and
gonna be
show the
fine.
captain.
I think we all exit the lighthouse then and walk down to show the captain Greg.
All right, and you all head back down to meet with the captain.
We got
Cool.
Greg.
We got Greg.
Meanwhile, everybody else in the city, you look out and see devastation, most of which seems to be the result of a large chunk of the area surrounding the noble district collapsing into the underground sewer structure underneath.
Neat.
Okay. Who
You
are we
see
supposed to be meeting?
You see like people are trying to help each other out from underneath rubble. There's like guards and knights going around and trying to help people and like remove debris from like collapsed buildings and stuff. And you see these like small, like slightly smaller than like the average human-sized automatons walking around and repairing things uh, as they kind of go around.
I'm gonna head over toward the west gate. like more
I'm
towards
going
Arsen?
to be walking with them until my locate object spell goes off.
Okay.
Yeah, Arsen's just trotting behind Cash.
I think Arsen and Cass can hear my music, and they can hear that it's changed right now.
Hey, you're using the loot.
Oh, no. Well, my music kind of always has rock tones to it. Now it sounds much more like death heavy metal,
It's a
as
loot.
much as it could on a loop.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. It's not my instrument, but everything sounds off about what I'm playing.
Just hitting power chords on an acoustic guitar.
Yes, 100%. It does not sound. It does not sound harmonious like I usually play. But
You make your way from where you are over to the west gate, and you see Captain Omancy kind of directing people, like where to go and what to do, and like kind of delegating tasks to help anybody who was affected by the explosion that went off in the middle of the city.
I go to help and shout out, Omancy! Private Jackson got to me. What?
You see he finishes telling somebody something, and then he kind of meets you halfway as you're approaching him, and he's like, yeah, no, Private, thanks for going to find him. He's like, yeah, of course, I'm gonna go back behind my desk. I'm good, right? We're done. You don't need me anymore. I'm gonna go back. Jesus Christ. And like Private Jackson walks off having accomplished his task. And the captain looks at you, and he's like, right, so I figured that there was something fishy going on, so I consulted the salt, which I know is going to sound crazy, right? But don't.
After
It's
what
fine.
I've seen today, I'll accept anything.
Can I
Right,
have some
well,
of the salt?
I mean, I don't think it's going to do anything for you. I'm a halomancer. I can divine the future, like future events through salt.
Oh, see, that makes a lot more sense. I thought it was something a bit different.
Yeah, no. My parents thought it was really funny to name me Hal,
Oh,
my last name being Omancy.
that's
I got made fun of in
that.
school a lot for it, but it
I think it's cute.
it
I
came in
think it's
handy.
cute. It
Um,
works well,
thanks.
of course.
So anyway, I thought something strange was going to go on, so I consulted the salt, and it didn't make any sense until I was in the middle of it, and I saw everything that was like as it was unfolding. So I ran back to go and figure out if there was anything that I could do. And I got to be honest, I still don't really know how to make sense of it. But if what I saw is right, there's a chance that Arid is still alive.
But we saw him get finger death.
Yeah. So did I.
Okay. What did you see exactly? In the best way you can describe.
As far as I could tell, there was a magical effect that was on him at the time that stopped him from being killed. But
Okay.
it was a ploy. If I'm right, he is being taken.
Captured.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's not dead, which is a relief. Any other information?
And what can
I-
I do?
For some reason, the salt said that you, or I mean, maybe it's not just you, maybe it's more like a royal you. But you were who I saw in the salt, which I guess that makes sense, because otherwise, like if it was other people, I wouldn't know who they were, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, it seems like you are connected to this in a way that is able to not on. I mean, it could be undo, but it could be prevent.
Hmm.
Prevent what?
Whatever
Prevent
this is
this?
isn't over.
Of course
I
not.
mean, clearly.
It's just beginning. Okay. Are you gonna be okay here?
What? I mean, somebody's got to make sure that everybody else is okay. So
That makes sense. I got a lot of that lately. It's weird how much people will depend on one another. You don't see that very often.
Well, that's what you do, right? You gotta get through whatever hardships are going on, work together, persevere, and then hopefully the next day is better. That's the most that we can do.
That's true. Okay. So somehow Cash and possible company are involved with somehow resolving the issue at hand.
I mean, I don't know. Did you come across anything that might like in some way implicate or tie you into whatever this was?
Yes and no. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I
So
feel like we might have an inkling of something that we shouldn't know, and that might prove to be useful later.
in the weeks where you were gone, we saw some truly terrible things. Learned what seems to be the truth behind the history of these islands, and well, something appeared to us, and it sure looked like Urgwit himself, but
It was like a
was
celestial who looked like Urgwit when he was like young and hip and not old and psychotic. Which is something that I don't even know how to explain.
Huh.
but he didn't seem to know who he was, and there were some goods that we did end up getting that might be more than a little involved in this.
Did Sheena come with us?
Yeah, she's kind of standing behind the group.
Okay.
Yeah, she wanted to go get other
Is
people.
Sheena in a better state to answer questions for me? Like, if I ask
well,
about
I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and ask.
what would, or do I just ask?
You can roll insight to see if you can gauge her current state before asking, or you can just ask her.
The 11. Hey, oh
She
well.
seems pissed.
Okay, cool. Arsen's just gonna look and be frank and be like, "Hey, that book that we were having decoded, I know you were working on it, but you didn't get to work on it very long. Is there any way that you can give me the key and the book so I can work on it, so we have the information at hand in case we need it later?"
Yeah, I can give you that. And she
Okay.
reaches into her bag and she hands it to you.
Okay, Arsen takes it, and then he looks at her, and he just gives like a firm like grip onto her arm. He's just like, if he's alive, then that means there's hope. And just keep that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Omancy, for the information. I'm going to do everything I can to correct this. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that everything turns out okay, not just for Vernport, for I guess for the entire world at this point, huh?
I mean, we'll do our fucking best.
Sheena, I know you hate me right now. I've been through what you're going through. You can hate me all you want. I'm glad you're still here. I gotta go. I'm gonna start running over toward the abandoned church.
Okay. Dustrod, your locate object goes off. The axe, you know where the axe is. It is in Ergwit's Manor, moving towards the northwestern edge of the city, like moving away from you.
I would.
Well, oh, it's unfortunate about the axe. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get it. Not
You
now.
you see Cash runs off towards the other end of the city. You see, and as he leaves, no, go ahead.
Before Cash leaves and runs off, because we're on a very tight time constraint, Arsen is just gonna grab his wrist and be like, I don't know what you're doing, but please be quick about it because you have like 10 minutes.
I'll be quick.
Okay, go.
Well-
Kashel takes off. Dustrod?
Why he's doing that? So that book you said, huh? The one you handed to Eric before, or the one I saw with Eric?
You mean the book that I'm going to decode because Sheena gave me the key?
Yeah. Do you still have
Yeah.
the book? Did he grab it?
Sheena just gave it to me. Yes, it's in my
Okay.
bag.
Is there anything else we need to find while we're here?
I'm just gonna do a little. How close are we to some of the like more known noble residents by chance?
Close.
Pretty close.
Mhm.
We got like 10 minutes to kill. Arsen's just gonna do. No one's really here. So he just want to kind of look. He wants to look around in case a couple buildings that might have some broken windows and see if there's anything left inside.
Okay. You go.
And-
You start to head off to go do that. Dustrod?
I want to ask Sheena a couple questions.
Okay. You go up to Sheena and ask if you can ask her some questions, and she's like, "Yeah, you can talk while we walk. I have things that I have to do."
I'll
looks.
join you.
She looks over at Arsen, and she says, "Arsen, go to the potion shop. Tell Lyndon that I sent you."
Oh, you got it, Sheena. And Arsen books it to the potion shop.
And
Blows her a kiss.
Arsen runs off. She's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." What is it, Dustrod?
You need. How much do you know about the adventures of? Yeah. I'd rather talk about that later. I just want to know, would allies be helpful right now?
I don't see how they wouldn't be.
Let's see. We have a scroll of. What's the scroll? I forget the spell every time. But now that my uncle's dead, Desrod's clenching his fist. I might be able to get the polished rocks motivated to send a message to them. We're not a very large group, but we are efficient.
Okay.
I'll walk with you if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Potion shop.
I'm gonna go kill the son of a bitch that did this. You can come with me if you want.
Arsen's not there, but I don't want Sheena to die.
Lead her to the flames.
And
no.
No.
And Sheena
Love-
begins to walk through the rubble to towards Urgwitz Manor.
Man, but
I follow
Sheena,
her.
Sheena, if he's alive, he doesn't want you dead. I say in my head because I can't say it out loud.
Okay, I'm like, as I'm walking, I'm gonna try to convince her that
Put
the,
a real
the,
foot on
the
perspective.
time doesn't matter when he dies right away, but he will die. And it
Maybe,
might be better
like-
to do it later.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm
Tell
trying to
her-
convince her, like,
Alright.
I want him just as dead as you do.
Mhm.
But
I'm sure
the
that you do.
time isn't now.
Uh-huh. You're right. The time was. The time already passed.
The time has
This piece of
already
shit could
passed.
already be dead.
He could be.
Uh-huh.
But what if your dad's still alive right now? Would your dad want you dead right now? How are you gonna get past the golems? How are you gonna stop him right now? Do you have a plan?
I'll figure it out.
You have to figure it out.
Look, are you just going to talk this whole time, or are you going to help me? Because if you don't want to help, then go to Timmel, tell him to give you my equipment. Okay?
Is there any way? Can I try to roll a persuasion check?
Sure.
That's not what. What? Okay. That was weird.
Her natural 18 beats your 15.
Wow.
She looks at you and she's like, "Listen, I appreciate what you're trying to do. I really do. I don't need anybody to get in my way. And if you're going to get in my way, I am going to get you out of it. Okay? You understand me right now?"
I look at her dead in her eyes. And I'm like, I can't stop you from doing what you want to do.
Right.
I wish you wouldn't go right now. I wish I could have you there later when we do go to get him. But you have to do what you have to do, and I understand this now.
Yeah, well, if I find him, then you won't have to worry about getting him later.
Do what you can.
And she
D-
she continues to go.
Alright.
With
Oh,
your
Is it my
detect
post?
magic
Sheena,
active, you know that like the direction she is going is directly towards where
yes.
Fenrin's axe is.
Sheena, before you leave, take this coin. I throw one of my iron coins to her.
She catches it in the air and looks at it. She's like, "Sure. Good luck."
If you survive this, I will find you again.
Okay. She puts the coin in her bag and runs off towards the manor.
This rod did. This rod's not gonna go after the axe.
Okay. What does Desrod want to do?
He wants to look around and see if anyone needs healing or anything. He has a couple cure rune spell. He has some basic medicine skills, I guess, but
Okay. Go ahead.
he just wants to help.
I mean,
Actually,
go.
can I do a performance with?
Yeah. See if you can play
Yeah.
some music to lift people's spirits.
Yeah. I should roll that with disadvantage probably, as
Alright.
of the roll.
Mhm.
I mean, it's still decent.
That's still really good.
No,
You're
I am
like
doing it with my loot.
you start doing this performance, and there is a sadness in it,
There is.
but at the same time, it's hopeful. It's a song that makes everybody who can hear it feel like things will get better.
All right.
Cash,
Yes.
you sprint through the city, seeing the results of everything that happened here. You see people helping each other, trying to fix everything like, you know, you see these like automatons going around and repairing buildings and structures. You see people helping each other out from under rubble and fixing like their like broken merchandise and fixing their carts and uh like straightening up their shops and stuff as you run through. uh you see Gerald helping people, trying to fix the like find some sort of semblance of normalcy and fix and anything that can be after all of this devastation. Make your
I
way.
gotta
No,
I
okay,
gotta stop and help. I gotta stop and help.
all right.
Just like old times, eh, buddy?
I am. I guess this is. I don't even know what this is.
I don't either. This none of us knew about what was going to happen today.
I mean, I imagine that if anybody who knew about it was like you, then this wouldn't have happened. But
I've I've been here doing nothing for the last 6 years. I've been complacent. I'm I'm complicit in this.
well, you're not now. Now you're doing something about it. You're helping, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to stop at this, Gerald. I'm going to correct this from the top.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
I will.
You see, he goes and turns. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, great. I'm famously good at those.
You
That's
are.
a 7.
I mean, even with a 7, you can tell that he's He has blood on his face. And he turns and he goes and starts like moving rubble and like trying to like get debris out of the way so that way people can get back into their homes and stuff. You see that he has blood coming down the side of his face as he turns to go and do this.
I give him a pat on the back and hit him with lay on hands for 10. And then I keep moving.
As you go and run off, he's like, thanks.
Anytime.
Goes back and starts doing doing his duty, right? Helping people.
Yeah.
You continue your dead sprint. You make it to the church. You go
I gotta
inside?
get inside that thing, yeah.
Yeah. You go in and you see that there's a bunch of like religious figures going and like passing out like blankets and food and stuff to people who have taken shelter inside. It's this like on the outside it's a pretty run down like small cathedral-esque building. On the inside it's a lot more elaborate and like ornate. There's different like statues and paintings on the wall. There's some like stained glass that is being like laid up against the walls. It looks like it hasn't quite been installed yet. And you see there's a woman towards the back like giving a sermon to some of the people there.
Is there anybody just like laying there unconscious looking like they are in some serious pain?
No. It seems like the members of this church are taking care of anybody who comes in hurt, and are like doing what they can to help.
All right. Well, I don't exactly want to interrupt the sermon, so I'm just kind of gonna look for just like fuck. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything that catches my eye. That's a nat 20. Oh, thank God.
All right. We will come back to you.
Sounds good.
I
have no idea what I'm looking for. That's a perfect 20.
If you were ever gonna roll a nat 20, this is a pretty good one, I guess.
Mhm. The one time you roll a natural 20 and you're looking for nothing in particular.
I got one yesterday on the Arcana check.
Oh, that's true.
Arsen, you rush off towards the potion shop. It's like you get there, you stop outside. It's in all right shape.
Okay.
It doesn't
Also,
look
is my
like
audio
it was like smashed the hell out. Huh?
Is my audio okay?
It seems like it's doing all right now.
Okay, because I have to put on. Okay. Continue.
You get there, you see it's like this. The shop seems like it's all right. You see some people outside helping out, or like in the immediate area, and through the window you can see that Lyndon is behind the counter.
Arsen makes his way to go into the shop.
Okay.
And he goes in there, and the first thing he does, and he's like, "Lyndon, good to see you're conscious."
What? What? What can I do for you today?
And Arsen kind of just goes up to the counter and he puts his chin on his hand and he leans up and he looks and he's like, Sheena sent me. And she made it seem like I could acquire a couple things, and he gives him a wink.
Okay. You see he gets up and walks around the counter, opens the front door, walks outside, shouts over to a well-dressed gentleman. He's like, Dad, I'm on my break. Starts walking around the back of the building.
Oh, Arsen's gonna follow.
Okay.
Happy.
You follow him to the back of the building where he stops at a manhole cover, bends down, lifts up the cover, and starts to climb down into the sewer underneath the it looks like it's going to go into the sewer. You head down with him, and it's like this. It looks like it's connected to the sewer, but there's just this like narrow corridor that heads straight down, and then there's a staircase with a door at the bottom of it. He walks in.
As they're climbing down, Arsen's just gonna be like, Lyndon, I don't let a lot of men take me to secondary locations.
Well, okay.
Why is he like this?
He walks up to the door. Looks like he casts some sort of a spell to unlock it. And the door opens up and he walks inside, and he sits down in a chair in the middle of this small alchemist's laboratory. What do you need?
What are you willing to part with? Sheena didn't exactly make it seem like, well, she didn't tell me everything you had, so I'm a little curious.
Well, I have a lot.
Do you have
Yeah.
like a ledger that I can read through real quick, like a little shopping list?
Well, yes and no. You'll figure it out. And he just goes and grabs this like burglar's bag, like this like large burlap sack, and just arms like 3 dozen differently sized and shaped and colored potion bottles into a sack.
Ooh.
You just hear this like glass clink and clang against all the bottles, and he hands it to you and he's like, here you go.
Okay. Neat. Curious. Off the top of my, do you have any magic weapons down here?
No,
just potions. You're just a potion dude.
I am a potion dude, yes.
Okay.
Timmel has weapons. You could go talk to him, but
he's not too far from here.
No, he's not. But it does seem like the
golem.
It seems like they were taking a bunch of things.
I wouldn't want to. I think. Interesting. Well, thank you for the burlap sack of presents. I appreciate it. What are they?
Well, they are potions. I don't know what they do.
Okay, I love it. It's like a mystery bag. Okay. Sort of.
Yes. I don't really know how to
explain me for a loop here.
Explain it. You see this like you hear a voice shout out from up the stairs. Like, why is my door open? You see this small tabaxi walks in. Lyndon, what are you doing here? Sheena sent this one to pick up stuff.
Arsen waves.
Who are you?
I'm Arsen. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he offers his hand.
Right. Takes the hand and just kind of holds it.
He holds back. It's a little.
You see the tabaxi's eyes narrow. Like, so you're just going to take all of my stuff?
Well, I was only given 3 things. I'm sure you have more.
No, there's 3 dozen potion bottles.
Oh, then yes, I would really like to take these. See, we're dealing with some platinum. What's the word I'm looking for? Uh, you. How would you feel if you heard that I met a celestial that looked a lot like our king, except maybe 50 years younger?
I don't care.
Okay, cool. So, regardless of that fact, I would like. And what do I have to ensure that I can leave here?
Just let me know what they do, okay?
Yeah, sure. How do I tell you? I just write down notes.
I get, yeah.
Next time I make my way down here, which I don't know when that'll be, I'll let you know.
Okay, good luck.
Okay, thank you. And Arsen gives him a little pat on the arm. What was your name again?
Not important.
Oh, but
Maybe
I
I'll
want to
tell
know.
you after you give me the information about what all those potions you're taking does.
What if I use 1 potion?
No, leave. I have to talk to Lyndon.
Okay, Arsen sighs, walks over to Lyndon, gives him a little hug, pats his arm, and walks out.
As you leave, you hear the door start to close behind you. And as it does, Lyndon starts to get screamed at.
Good. Arsen's just happily making his way out with like a burlap sack. He goes back over to the tree where Wesley is and sits down, or where Wesley sits with his. I think he's a rat right now. Shoulder.
Yeah, Wesley turned into a little field mouse and is perched on your shoulder.
Okay. And he just like looks to the Wesley mouse and he's like, "Look at all this fucking shit I just got. Everyone's gonna be so happy." I don't know what any of it does.
The mouse speaks up and is like, "Yes, that is quite a lot of potions."
I wonder what they do.
I don't know. I must admit, I am a little bit curious. But
right? I want to take one, but I'll wait.
It's probably not a good time to.
I know. But the anticipation.
That is true. I wonder why that
I guess
young
we'll just
fellow
wait for
got yelled
Cash.
at.
Oh, he was probably not supposed to take me down there. Like, at all.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I suppose that would make sense. I know the captain would get very mad if I went somewhere that I wasn't supposed to.
It's a good thing that you're on my shoulder. I'm just gonna stick right here. And just wait, I guess, for the other 2 boobs. Oh no, is the pretzel guy here?
He would be at the. Let's see.
Oh, did
Nope.
we get the? Did we get?
He would be at the bakery, which is near the guild hall.
Did we get the D100?
Is that
roll?
like soup?
I did do the D100 roll. 94.
Is it? Ooh, close. Is it close? Can I just like? I know we're on a short time.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Okay.
Arsen's just gonna make his way over there. And for the sake of my sanity, he's just gonna buy a bunch of pretzels.
Okay. You head
And-
over in that direction.
Okay.
Dustrod, you make it to the weapon store, playing your
Alright.
loot the whole way there.
Yes.
As you approach, you see that Timolt is inside the building.
Alright. Alright. Put up my loot. Walk inside.
You hear Timolt kind of like he's like looking through some paperwork, and he doesn't look up to see who it is, but he says when he hears the door open, like, sorry, but we're closed today."
It seems like a lot of places are closed today. Would be closed today.
He looks up at you and he's like, "Oh, hello again. Yeah, yeah, it does."
Can I look around the place, see how badly what it looks like right now compared to what it was before?
The inside of the store is fine. There's some damage done to the forge outside, but it looks like it's not a whole lot that like it doesn't seem like it's anything that's going to really make it difficult for him to work on anything. It's just like some debris needs to get cleared out from the surrounding area.
Would Destrod know his name?
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, he would. Okay, and he would know. Sheena would know Kimmel, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, she did tell you to go see him and tell him
Yeah.
to give you her stuff.
Okay, that's right. Sorry, I'm still recovering. Des Kimmel. Sheena told me to come here to get her stuff.
He looks up at you and he's like, "Right. Right this way."
All right.
He goes like motions for you to come behind the counter and lifts up a sort of like hatch in the floor. As
All right.
you and like he heads down into a staircase into a basement, and when you get there it's like there's like a bunch of like raw ore and stuff and different supplies.
Oh, can I
Go ahead.
investigate?
Yes, you can.
Would I?
You notice almost immediately the like as you like walk down, you like see the hatch and you hit the like enter into the cellar and you look around. Everything in here is lined with lead.
Oh, wait. I, okay. Destrod remarks this to Kimmel. Lead, huh?
Yeah. Don't touch any of it.
Yeah. I understand.
But yeah, gotta make sure that nobody finds out about the stash, right?
Very much so. I know how. I know locate object myself or in fears of my spells. Pretty smart.
But yeah, right this way. And he
Okay.
opens like he kind of pushes on a false wall, swings out, and you see a small armory.
All right. Uh. A small armory, huh?
It's I mean, you have 17 on your investigation there. You look over at everything and you notice that the quality is higher than normal. It
Okay.
is a bunch of +1 weapons and armor of different types.
I see. Thermal, I noticed you got quite a stash here.
Yeah. Go ahead and take whatever you need.
I would, but there's a problem. What would I don't know. I know the golems are out at the manor, but if I was to take these out, would you reckon they come searching for me?
Fair point.
I have no way to uh conceal them myself. Seems like I'm the only one without a good, nice bag.
Right. Okay. And he kind of walks out of the walks past you towards all of the like boxes of stuff and grabs a trunk uh off a pile and kind of pulls it off and slams down onto the floor, and he opens it up and he's like, toss whatever you can fit in here.
All right.
It's a lead-lined crate.
All right. I'm gonna to this. That's why I call Dust Rod's mercenary mode. His mindset. He's gonna. What do I see? What can I take? Do I see an axe?
Yeah.
Please get Arsen a cool dagger.
Oh, he's thinking about things. Okay. He's just gonna grab I guess send DM you that what oh he wants to get a couple of daggers.
You can go ahead and send me a list of what you would like, but you can
Okay.
grab something for everybody in the group.
Okay, that's what I want to do because that's what I was thinking about the group right now.
Okay.
Alright, as well as maybe a couple more things.
Mhm.
And I'll do the list.
All right. Cash, you look around this church.
What do
And-
I see?
And with a nat 20 perception, well, you notice all the obvious things, right? It seems like the members of the church are being as helpful as they can. You see somebody who looks like they're in charge, who's giving this sort of sermon. You see some members of the church working on renovations still to the building. And you see there's like one of their like a small tome seems to be some scripture. You notice that. You notice. Well, and you notice a painting of of the person that they worship.
Okay.
And I'm going to send you the description of that.
Okay, so while that's happening, I am absolutely gonna go and pick up that book. I'm just gonna ask one of the clergymen, "Hey, can I have this?"
You walk up to a fairly large man. Who looks at you. He's like, yes, of course. If you're interested in our scripture, by all means, help yourself. I'm Brother Brighton." He reaches a hand out to shake yours.
I shake his. Thank you for everything that you're doing to help the community at this point. It's a real rough time, and everybody's got to help each other out, especially now. Kashel Fangblade
agree.
is my name.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I hope that you find our teachings enlightening. I can tell that you've already been touched. If there's anything at all that I can offer, any of our wisdom or any help down the path, let us know.
I will. Thank you.
Well, you read over and process that. Arsen, you hear a voice next to you.
Oh,
Go ahead and
I stopped.
you're sitting down, like waiting, or no, you're on your way to the
Could I have just
bakery, right?
taken the? Could I have just gotten the?
I mean, you're like outside the bakery. You've bought a bunch of pretzels, right?
Okay. Yeah,
And as you kind of walk
on my
out,
way back.
as you walk out of the bakery, you hear a voice call out to you, and he's like, "Hey, I didn't expect to see you here."
He stops. Do I recognize this voice?
Yeah, I would say that you would probably remember it. You hear Jack's voice.
Oh. Arsen kind of like slows his movements and he turns his head and he's like, "Oh, hello, Jack."
You turn to look at him, and you see heavily covered up, like human
Mhm.
shape, massive cloak and hood, and just kind of standing there. And he's like, I thought I would have thought that
Looking good.
you and your buddies would have got out of here.
We're on the way. We have last minute trinkets to collect, and he just kind of like wiggles his bag of goodies. You hear the clinking.
You're not going to hear
And some
any guff from
pretzels.
me about it.
Do you want a pretzel?
Are they good?
Yeah, they're fantastic. I got a whole bunch of them for the trip. He just hands him a pretzel.
Nah, you keep yours. I'll go grab some.
No, I insist. Just take the pretzel.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. $19. Take the pretzel, Jack.
He reaches out and he's like, all right, I'll take the pretzel.
Thank you.
So good luck in whatever it is you're doing.
What are you gonna be up to now that you're a free man roaming around?
This and that.
Okay. Well, if you ever find yourself within our vicinity, don't be a stranger.
Sure. I'll remember that.
I feel like we technically spent months knowing each other.
Yeah, it turns out I was in there a whole lot longer than I thought I was.
Is it a little how are you holding up with that?
I mean, I lost years of my life trapped in some sort of magical whatever the fuck. So
Time dilation.
yeah,
How many years? Do you know?
haven't quite pieced all that together yet.
Okay. I'm sure things are a bit different out here than you expected them to be.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
But y'all keep out of trouble, all right?
Sure.
Alright.
Arsen is gonna he just wants to get can he get a good look under that? He's short. Can he look up and see any facial features? Like if he squints a little bit.
Give me a perception check.
He's so nosy. Okay. God damn it, it was almost 17. It's fine. It's
Nope.
okay. It's okay. He just
You
gives him a
can't
little wink.
you can't tell anything about him. Facial features, what race he is, anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this dude's covered head to toe in stuff.
But like his voice is only familiar in the fact that I have met him in the ghost town. Right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Arsen's fine. He's just gonna, give him a little pat on the arm. Enjoy your pretzel. It's on the house.
Yep. And
Gotta go wait for.
let Mitt know that I'm sorry that took so long, and kind of looks off. Like you can tell he looks off in the direction of the
The explosion.
aftermath of the explosion.
Yeah, Arsen's just gonna grin, that 2 feet little grin. He's just gonna be like, "That was impressive work. I'm sure Mitt appreciates it nonetheless."
Yeah, well, he said make a distraction, but I don't know.
It was pretty flashy. I liked it.
Well, all right. I'm gonna go see if I can't find any work.
Sure. If our paths cross, I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah, and if you got anybody needs killing, let me know.
Ooh, do you do recon
Yeah, I can
by
do recon.
chance?
Sure.
Okay. Arsen just had a Jimmy Neutron brain blast moment. He leans in super close. I want to be the one to kill this person. So don't. But I would like to know how firmly planted his roots are where he is, or if he's on the move. Because when I find him, when I get a chance, for all this stuff that's been going down, I've been roped up in a couple things. I want it to be easy. And he gives, he doesn't give him the information. He just jots down the location that he had gotten from Alistar. And he's like, what is a down payment for just a little recon?
Down payment for a little recon?
Mm-hmm.
Say I'll do this one for free. You and your friends got me
Oh.
out of that place. Call this on the house, right?
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
he gives him the information. I don't know where I'll be. A couple of weeks. I think we'll be at sea. But if I have a chance to send you any message letting you know my location so you can update me, I will. Or if you have a way to find me, I believe you'll meet.
Yeah, I'll find you. Don't worry.
Okay. I think you're good at your job.
I think so too. Do you just give him the location, or do you give him a description?
He gives
of
him the
person?
location. So Arsen gives him the
Name,
location, the person's first and last name, and a description, and then just gestures to himself. Imagine me, but a couple feet taller, bit more built, looks like a scumbag.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Not
go
as
spy.
pretty.
I'll go spy on your dad for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jack.
And you see as he kind of just vanishes from sight.
Nice. Arsen's just gonna dust off his hand, fix all his little compartments with his loot that he has gathered. Just glance down to Wesley, and he's just like, well, that was 2 birds, 1 stone right there. And make his way back to the little spot.
I don't know how I feel about that man.
I feel like there's a type of kinship between, not in the way that we work. So he owes us a favor.
I will defer to you. I don't know him, so I cannot speak upon on his character. This is just a feeling that I got.
Do you get a vibe from me?
You seem very sad, as do most of the people that you travel with.
You seem to be very good at reading people, Wesley.
Well, when you spend enough time in the bodies of other creatures, you learn how to read people fairly well.
I suppose that would make sense. I wonder if I'll be able to feel that when I disguise my people in the future, or if because it's still my body, I'll just be me.
I don't know. It depends on if you live as the person that you are pretending to become.
Well, we don't know what life will throw at us. I have to do some undercover work at some point.
I do suppose that
Hmm.
might be true. Either way, we
Who
should
knows?
probably begin to head back.
Oh yeah, we're walking, talking back to the tree. I give him a piece of bread, of the pretzel.
You see he grabs it in
Does he
his little
take
mouse
it?
hands and starts to nibble on it.
Fuck yes.
He's like-
I love this guy.
You just hear like little mouse squeaks as he eats it.
I love it. I sit and wait for the rest of my buffoons.
Kashel, we'll go back to you.
Brother Brighton, is that's her, right?
As far as we are able to tell, yes, that is her. Unfortunately, much of the information that we have is secondhand accounts, so there were more, but when she was mercilessly cut down so many years ago, all of her belongings were destroyed along with her home.
How tragic. Well, I better get going. I've got places to be.
Damn, that's sad. That's rough, buddy. I gotta go.
Of course, Sir Knight, I wouldn't want to keep you from your work. I'm sure that you are very busy, given everything that has happened here.
I'm gonna be kind of busy elsewhere. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for helping people out. I gotta run. Goodbye. And I'm gone.
Thanks for giving me a picture of your god. Bye.
Adios, amigos.
You head out of the church and start to run back. Arsen, you meet up with Dustrod. Give me an athletics check.
Athletic check.
Yep.
Okay. I can drag up to 500 pounds, but
Just to see how much it's interfering with your ability to move quickly.
okay. Yeah, at
Yeah,
all.
you're doing fine.
I'm on a mission, damn it.
Arsen, you catch up with Dustrod as he's dragging what sounds as though sounds like a very heavy box.
I stuffed the box. We need to get this box out of here as soon as possible.
Arsen just kind of wiggles his giant leather sack of miscellaneous potions. I too had some luck in the gathering department. I also have pretzels. Where's Cash?
You two, do you want to wait for him, or do you want to just continue to head back?
Or
give me
does my cash sense tingle?
Give me a perception check, both to see if you
Okay.
can spot him as you're kind of heading off.
Okay. Perception?
Yes.
Yes. That's a natural 20?
It is a natural 20.
I guess my cash senses are very good today.
You spot him like a fucking hawk spots its prey.
Just fucking, and I just fucking like snap my head over and I wave up my little arm and I'm like, get the fuck over here, Cash.
Cash, you feel Arsen's gaze burn into the back of your skull as you run through the people.
Amazing. That's really cool. Right, yeah, no, I'm just running. I'm on the way.
You catch up with them and head back towards the tree.
Wish I got that Nat 20 when I was looking at Jack.
Only love matters.
I guess so.
The dice are telling their own story.
Oh,
Uh,
very
I
true.
guess.
You all make it back to the tree, and you see Sheena leaning up against it, flipping a dagger in her hand.
Arsen just makes his way straight to her, and he was like, "You were totally right about the potion shop. I have very I don't know what they do, but I have a lot. Do
Yeah, that sounds about right.
you want a pretzel?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Desrod narrows his eyes at Sheena.
What?
Did everything go well?
He's not there.
It makes sense.
Did you find anything cool?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might have.
Ooh.
Alright. Enough
What
dilly
was it?
dallying. We need to. I would rather get out of town with what
We
I
do
have
need
on
to
me.
leave. We do need to leave. Sheena, you're staying here though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here and
Okay.
take charge of all of this.
Do you wanna share what you found in there? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it.
You can just like whisper it in my ear if you don't want to tell anyone. I understand.
And she hands you a note.
Okay. He'll
She's like,
take that.
do with that whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go help and try and bring some sense of normalcy back to this place.
Arsen gives just her a pretzel.
Good luck with whatever it is you guys are gonna do. Okay.
Likewise, I hope to see you in good health later.
And she sort of walks off in the direction of the guild hall.
With her pretzel.
No, she did not take a pretzel.
God damn it. Arsen eats it, sadly.
Alright.
Wesley
Wesley would.
on Wild Shapes. He's like, right, well, is everybody ready to go back?
Yes.
As ready as I can be. Oh, Mike, did you read everything I sent you?
I did. I will.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Also,
give everybody the stuff that they did get and let you know what all is there in a bit.
and then
Okay.
can you just write me what the note says?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Right. Okay. Well, if everybody is ready, then
Yes.
we can go back. And he
Everybody
casts,
hold hands.
he casts his spell, and you travel through the tree. While all of that was happening in the city, and everybody else, the other half of the group, freed a fire sprite from its shackles in the lighthouse, runs down with their sprite to Alisaria. What else is going on over there?
We were investigating the sprite while everything was happening. We got to the point of showing it to Alisaria, and that's where we left off.
I mean,
Yeah.
the sprite is a sprite. It seems happy to not be imprisoned anymore.
I'm just letting it like dance around my hand, flipping
Can
my
I-
hand around like it's a
yeah.
roly-poly.
Can I hold it without being destroyed? As his name is Greg, and he is my son now.
Yeah, you can hold him.
Okay.
He doesn't burn you or anything. He just kind of floats up above whatever sort of
So it
surface
just
he
like
would be standing on.
emanates warmth, but doesn't burn it unless it's mad or something. You know,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hand him over.
I'm just gonna put him on my shoulder and tell him to hang out there. Your name
you,
is Greg now. You are my son.
You see Alisari kind of picks him up off your shoulder and just kind of like holds him super close to her face. And she's like, "What are you doing here, little guy?" You're not supposed to be here. How did that even happen? She just kind of
So,
like she looks like a person talking to a small animal.
Uh-huh.
do you know about those sprites? Like, it's the first time I see one. I'm kind of curious.
I know they're not
Um,
supposed to be here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been all over the place and I've never seen a sprite here.
Can you communicate with it, Alisar? Yeah.
No. Wesley might be
He-
able to.
Well, whenever he gets back, I'm gonna ask him if the fire sprite wants to hang out with me and be my new adopted son, Mitt Jr., aka
That's legal
Greg.
fees didn't get him killed.
With your passive
Yeah.
insight, Mitt,
Yeah.
you can tell he doesn't seem
Opposed to the
opposed
idea
to
of
the
being
idea.
Greg.
Yeah.
Like being my new son, Greg. Okay.
Like you can tell that like that's not what his name is, but also like he's all right with it.
All right. He's cool with being Greg.
Alisaria
what's
looks
up.
at everybody and she's like, "Yeah, no, that like sprites shouldn't. I mean, like there's a couple places where like the sort of veil between planes is thinner, and sometimes sprites and elementals will kind of slip through that, but that
Yeah, I
mean,
believe he
it's
was being used as a makeshift light for the lighthouse, but
Yeah, it seemed to have been like the thing that actually provided light to the lighthouse.
that's incredibly fucked up.
yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so. It's okay. He can hang out with me now. Maybe he can light up some arrows if we ever fight. I'll take good care of him.
I mean, it doesn't seem like he hates the idea, so I guess, yeah.
What do they eat?
Fire. And I light a firebolt in my hand. Like, I'm not shooting it, I'm just...
You feed it to Greg.
I mean, sprites usually just eat the energy of nature, as far as I remember.
Hmm.
I feel like they
Greg.
could end up
Maybe if they come back with the pretzels, then he can try to eat that.
Now let's see if he can eat those.
He might like it. You never know.
Hope Arsen grabbed my cookies.
Uh,
No!
and
I-
you all hang out and play with Greg.
Can I try to just, like, send sparks on him to...
Yeah. I
to
mean,
see
if
if
he
he likes
wants
it?
to. I mean, if he. I mean,
Yeah, sure. You go
Alright.
ahead and create some sort of like magical spark effects around him. Yeah.
Yeah. I like just a bit to see how he reacts.
You see that like he doesn't react negatively to it. He kind of like dances around them and like changes like size and shape a little bit, and like his color sort of changes a little bit as he like flickers around with the sparks as they fall around him.
Yeah, he seems to be enjoying it.
Some time
Tickles him.
passes, and you see the tree portal opens back up, and the rest of your group walks out.
Oh, hi. You're finally
And
back.
you would not believe what I have. Arsen immediately is just walking towards everybody with his bag of goodies.
Yeah, don't need
You
any
won't
checks on
believe what I
Arsen.
have either, as
Listen,
I jingle my trunk.
you guys, when you were gone,
Yeah, you won't believe what we have.
this fucker
Everybody has.
elemental that I found. His name is Greg. He's my son now.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
he's so
Mr. Greg
That's right.
Spears.
That's right.
Our
Peers at the elemental and says, "He's cute, but thunder's more my thing."
That's
Arsen
fine.
kind of leans close
they're-
enough to like put
the-
his nose up to it.
They're gonna
Yeah.
take care of him. I mean, fire is definitely one of my things. So if they want me to feed him, I can do
Maybe-
it.
Maybe we can
Arsen,
collect a whole bunch of them, make a show of it.
You see Wesley rushes over and like sort of like scoops
Wesley,
him
can you
up.
talk to this?
And he's like, I don't know, but I can try.
Okay,
Look at
ask him
this-
if he wants to be my son.
Look at this beautiful little baby. How long?
I know, he's so
Where did you come
cute.
from? Oh, what a sweet little child.
He was
And you
trapped
see he
in the
kind of
lighthouse.
you see he blows into it a little bit, and like Greg gets like 3 times bigger, and sort of like poofs out and is back into his normal size. And he's like, oh
Oh my
he's such a
God.
cute little baby. Oh my god.
Arsen's crying real tears.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of him, right?
The cat
Can you try
boy
to
wants
ask
to
him if he wants?
know
Yeah.
if you are okay to be his child. Would you like to be the child of the cat boy? It does not seem like he hates the idea. He's very
Okay.
grateful that you
Does he
freed
want
him
a
from his
pretzel?
captivity.
Tell him he can
Does he
live
want
on
a
my
pretzel?
shoulder and adventure with me. We also have a pretzel for him.
Arsen takes out a little pretzel.
He says that he does not eat pretzels.
Okay,
He also
Okay.
asked what
that's
a
fair.
pretzel is.
Oh,
You'll learn
yeah,
when you grow
that's
up, Greg.
that's a question I'm wondering. Does he eat fire?
Does he eat fire? Yeah. What is he like?
What is it that you would like to eat? Are you hungry? He says that he is hungry, but not hungry like a human creature would experience it. More like he feels dim.
You should give him some
What does
fire
he
then,
need?
Lena.
He needs
Well,
air.
Yeah. So
Yes,
Oh.
if you're fine with it, I'm gonna blast him.
Is he fine with it?
Can Arsen
he-
just open up his hands and open up his palm and do burning palms? Like he just has like a small fire in his palms.
yeah, you can burn. Like if you want to burning hands him, you can.
Yeah, try. You can try.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I throw? Can I throw
He
a
does
bardic on him?
that.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
you can give a bardic inspiration to Greg.
Yeah, I'm giving a bardic inspiration to him.
Okay.
Arsen opens up his palms and like offers them up like a little seat.
Yeah, you see Greg sort of like hops up into your hands.
Does he like the little toastiness of the fire?
It seems like he's enjoying it.
Okay, I'll just let him sit there for. Is this what he needs to eat, or does he need something else? Is he still hungry?
Elemental spirits absorb energy from nature. So just being out
Oh.
around in nature, as long as it is not a contradictory element, will be very good for him. So things like what you're doing right now would be very helpful if he's to come with us on the boat and be at sea. But
I can
otherwise,
do this at least.
he will be okay. He does absorb fire, so
Mhm.
it cannot harm him.
Okay, I can do this at least 3 times a day while we're on the ship.
Okay.
I can keep blasting basically all day.
I wouldn't blast on a wooden ship.
Yeah,
and
in the
it-
middle of
it
the
is-
ocean.
It's fine. So what you
I
do,
would-
right, is you pick him
No.
up and you lift him up as high as you can, and that way, if I
Uh-huh.
miss, the fireball just
Okay.
goes in the
I
air.
could just
Okay.
I could
Give
just
me
sit
back
here.
Gregory. Give me back Gregory. We'll figure it
He's
out when we
sitting-
get on the boat. We'll figure it out when we get on the boat.
Mitt, he's sitting down on my hands. Just let him sit for a minute. It's warm.
Give me my son.
Calm
Give me my
down.
son.
Have a pretzel. You're not
It's the
like
only
me when
thing
you're
I
hungry.
love. It's the only thing I love. What did
You're
you
not
bring
like
back,
me when you're
Desra?
hungry.
What did I bring back? Desrod kicks the trunk open.
Ooh.
And
there you go.
Our instrument, our weapons, armor, magical in nature.
I will go ahead and deposit all of the new gear into everybody's character sheets after the session.
Okay.
Nice.
Wonderful.
But
And D&D
everybody,
Beyond, right?
Yeah.
All right.
But everybody will get some nice new magical stuff.
Nice.
Oh,
I
hell
made
yeah,
sure
buddy.
to stuff the trunk with everything.
Neato.
Like,
Yo, Mick, can I get my sword back?
Yeah, sure. I opened my haversack and tossed the sword over.
Thanks.
Arsen is gonna give Greg a little nose nuzzle and then place him back on Mitt's shoulder. A little pat on the head with his fiery hands before he like dissolves the spell. And then he grabs his bag and he's like, I have something so cool, guys. So I let Lyndon take me to a secondary location.
Fancy.
And it turned I know, right? I met another tabaxi, by the way.
Yeah, you shouldn't trust tabaxis. They're sketchy. let's
He wouldn't let me. He
le-
wouldn't.
let's unwind on the boat because I think
Mhm.
should be about ready, and then we can go over everything that you guys went through. I'm just uneasy standing out here, just waiting.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm not
especially
opening
since I just
until we're
kicked
on the
open
boat.
a trunk full of magical
Yeah,
items.
Yeah.
yeah.
Arsen's not
Yes,
going to open up anything till they're on the boat.
You see Wesley speaks up and he's like, Captain, is the boat ready for departure yet? Because if it is, then I can go and fetch it for everybody. And she looks over, looks over at him. She looks down at the ship, like below the cliffs, and she's like, "Yeah, I think it's about time for us to head out. We can all Is everybody ready to board?"
Yeah.
do
Captain.
this.
You want a pretzel?
Yeah,
Pretzel,
sure. Fuck it. I'll
Captain?
take a pretzel.
Hell
Where's my
yeah! There you
pretzel?
go.
She
I got a
grabs one
pretzel
out
for
of her hand.
everybody.
Alright,
I
I
got so
take
many
Arsen's
pretzels.
pretzel and I put it in my pocket.
Okay, please take out the moldy one that you have in your pocket from before.
No, he left it on an altar.
Oh, you
Right.
guys don't know
Disgusting.
that though. All you guys know is I'm stuffing pretzels in my pocket.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that you're stuffing
Cool.
pretzels in your pocket till now, so.
Oh, that's true.
Ar-
Now I know.
Arsen bought like the whole stock of pretzels that he had.
We're gonna have to eat them fast because they're not gonna stay fresh super
There's
long.
there's
Kashil's
a
gonna put a
I'll
whole
eat it
leaf on
crew
later.
of
one and
pirates.
then eat it with the leaf.
Yeah, there's like a whole
Little
crew of
garlic leaf
pirates
garnish.
will be fine.
Just got some
Alright.
pretzel buns for Kashel so he could have a leaf sandwich.
Jesus
Alright.
fucking Christ.
How do we get on the boat?
Leave that
You
to
jump.
me. I will go ahead and bring the boat to everybody, and then we can
Wesley,
get
you
on the boat.
are
I don't like
Alright.
how that sounds.
Yes.
That's a strange way to put it, but I'm curious now.
I trust Wesley with my life.
You see Wesley sort of goes over to the cliff and descends down to the boat, and then a moment later there's a strong wind current that picks the boat up and lifts it up to the edge of the cliffside.
That's so cool. Arsen's just walking towards the boat.
Could have
Let's
made it
get
seem
on.
like I could convince everybody to jump into it from the cliff.
No.
Everybody gets onto the ship. Alisaria hops on. You see as the tide of the ocean lifts up as the boat drops back down onto the water, and the ship goes back down to normal sea level. Alisaria looks at everybody and she's like, "So, where are we going?"
Ar- okay, so actually I thought about this.
Like Discord.
So if we were to go anywhere, I feel like
I'd like to check in on my mother if it's possible. Does anybody have any objections to Noble's Landing?
is Noble Landing, that's pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be fine. Arsen does not say anything though.
I would like to go back to Storm Shore, but that's too far away. But I managed to bring all these nice items. I
Mhm.
would like if I could use that scroll we have to send a message back to my mercenaries.
See, I don't
My
know if that
family.
message scroll was made for the guild hall. Because that's how message scrolls work. I know you keep asking about
No,
it,
it's
but
it's a scroll of sending, so it allows one
Oh,
use of
sending.
the sending spell.
Yeah,
okay.
sending.
Yeah. Like it was given to us in
To
case
send.
like we
Okay.
can't make it out of the ghost town.
That's
and
okay
As
with
much
you
as I'd
all.
like for you to contact your family, I think we save it for like a life or death situation.
I
That is
mean,
just my opinion. You guys can figure it out amongst yourselves.
it'd be nice to be able to have the mercenary group come. If I
Well,
don't know what
I
they
feel
would
like
respond
I mean,
to
that's
Fenrir's death.
yeah. There's just no guarantee. Maybe we travel that way. I don't know how far are we from there.
we can make our way around the island. I think having a sending scroll just in case shit hits the fan is also very important. And there's a multitude of ways for you to check on your family. Say perhaps we meet someone who has who's able to do sending. Or if someone gets it in the future. We can always
Destrod
ask.
yells out on the boat. Does anyone know how to do? Well, we can't do sending. That doesn't work that way. Would Destrod
Oh,
know
like
that?
not sending, but it's like what's the
That's-
spell that I'm thinking of where you can like send a message every day, but it has to be within 20 words.
Sending.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's sending.
But you have to know who
Destrod
it is that
has
you're
to.
sending the spell to.
Yeah, so like he would know who he's sending the spell to.
But I would have to cast it.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I thought that as long as the person that you're relaying the information to has a pretty good like description of who they're sending it to.
No, they have to be
Yes.
known to them.
So
Okay.
just like having like a name or a description of them helps, but the odds of the spell failing increase.
Okay.
What levels?
I would say that if anyone can acquire sending, that would be a real clutch spell to have as a group.
Well, I would work towards learning it then. But I don't know how
Yeah,
long it would
so
take me.
what's
I'm-
the Alisaria? What's the closest island to us that we would perceive to not be hostile? I'm sure you're familiar with the area more so than we are, as you travel it a lot.
Non-hostile would be Noble's Landing, yeah.
I say we head that way then, and see if we can
Okay.
rally up reinforcements, maybe find some information, maybe find more Gregs.
Okay, so I will set course for Noble's Landing then. All of you figure out some place to sleep or whatever, and don't get in anybody's way.
Cool
Sounds like a
beans.
plan.
She walks off with her, like, to be with her crew and get the bearings and start to head off in that direction. Everybody go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure.
Should we re-roll our perception check since now you said it, or
Say
Yeah, I don't know
13.
why you rolled without being asked to.
yeah, I know. Find out. Wow, could I not have
Oh my
re-rolled that,
God.
please?
Hell yeah.
We're
Natural
fine.
19, baby.
Arsen got a high number. It's okay.
Yeah, Arsen's pretty perceptive.
I fucking got a nat 1 on that one. Could I have not have re-rolled it? Can we just like delete it?
Arsen and Kashel, you notice
Mhm.
that Greg has a fancy little cape.
Hell yeah.
Oh
I
my
love
God,
it.
he's so cute. Arsen literally just kind of like wipes at his eyes and he's like, I've
Yeah.
never seen
I
this
made him
thing in my
I made
entire
him
life.
I made him a matching cloak so he doesn't get wet.
That's so. That Arsen gives Mitt like 5 pretzels.
He throws them into the ocean in hopes Cletus finds them.
You're
Cletus
such
and
an
Garfield.
asshole.
Oh, listen, you don't know about Cletus and Garfield. I talked to some octopus and they helped me. They
Mitt,
I told them I'd throw
Mitt,
them food.
Mitt,
I'm gonna
Mitt.
go ahead and roll investigation for Cletus and Garfield.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Mitt, I fucking hate you.
Can Arsen tell us about the cape, please?
I feel like you all
Obviously, I
notice
rolled a
that
nat
Arsen is
1.
staring at something and crying.
Yeah, Arsen staring at something. He has tears in his eyes. His cheeks are like pink, and he's like waving his face, and he's like, "Oh my
Looking
God."
Hey, I put an arm over Arsen's shoulder and I'm just there like weeping openly with him
We're just
about the
like
adorable
crying.
little cape.
I've never seen something
you
so
think-
cute.
Do you think my nat 1 would even see Arsen doing that to one of his
I mean,
Arsen's gonna be like,
I feel like your passive
Arsen's just
perception
like,
would notice him crying.
Yeah, fair.
Kevara, look at him. He's just a little guy.
That is adorable.
He's just vibing. I love him. Anyway, I have a lot of cool potions. I don't know what they do. It's the mystery.
And that's where we'll end our session for the week.